hello, and welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your timeless true love read. I'm your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, son of a Cancerian mother, the Archangel of Lyons, she named me, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal, it's just easier. You with me? Good. Let's get down to business. This is a timeless read, as I said. We are going to start with a couple of archetype cards from the Carolyn Mace Archetype deck. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box with other educational and entertaining links on the way down. And then we are going to build a 20-card Celtic Cross. Celtic Cross is one of the oldest spreads that I learned it first when I was 12 years old, right? Been reading cards for 40 years. That makes me 52, and I know I don't look, thank you, my lovely crab cakes. And then we're going to pull 2 oracle cards and get you a healing mantra, because this is a true love read. Path of true love is your spiritual path, your healing path, your hero's journey, however you want to see it, through the lens of your relationships. Not all sexual romantic, but the guides know that's what people are struggling with, probably more than any other form of relationship, except maybe their relationship with money, but that's a different spread I do. Work, career, vocation reads I'll be doing, I guess, next at some point. Standard YouTube reading rules apply. I'm hearing more and more readers on YouTube saying, you know the rules. So you know the rules, but I will say this. Yeah, general reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I'm standing up for every other reader on YouTube. Every time I see a thumbs down on a reading, that tells me one of 2 things. Either, number 1, the person doesn't get it's not their reading and they're angry it's not, which makes no sense because there's billions of them. The other is that it is their reading. They just don't like what they see. And I think there is a third thing there, and that is, I think, specific to romantic sexual reads, is that you're looking for somebody other than that person that walked away or you walked away from to come back, and they're still in your energy field, and I understand that frustration, but don't blame the messenger. Cool? All right, so let's get up in this gig. All I can ask of anybody watching one of my readings here, aside from the standard YouTube reading rules, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Both feet on the floor. If you can, focus on your breath. If you will, I prayed, I meditated, I even made and ate a blue apron this morning. So let's get up in this gig. You're my first read of the day. I doubt you're my last, so let's see how this goes. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, my guide's been like, we'll trim that exposition section in the beginning, get you into the business at hand. So here we go. Like I said, we're going to start with the Carolyn Mace Archetype deck. We're going to get one for you, and I am reading for the Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. The second card will be the person crossing your path on the true love. Could be any shape or form, but they can flip-flop. I've already seen that, that these can very much be cross-watcher readings. So if you are cross-watching, don't be surprised if you show up. Unless it is a survival family archetype, which everybody has. There are 9 families of archetypes. Read Carolyn Mace's Sacred Contracts if you don't believe me, because she's a tough cookie still. Please take a nice deep breath one more time. What? Then stop. Keep breathing. Okay. I wait for that click. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the path of true love, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, higher selves, please. What is the dominant archetype hovering in that 8th chakra for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Watching this video, receiving this reading, or perhaps the cross-watcher, or however that plays it out. That's their job to figure that out, not mine. What is the dominant archetype to be alchemized from lead to gold, from toxic to healthy, which is all what the path of true love is about? You've got one of the cards that I made in this deck. Caroline gives you blank cards to write in. You've got the witch, my darling, and I know a lot of witches watch my channel. Why? Because we can sense each other. You're being drawn together. Divine feminines unite, divine masculines untie. Now, every archetype is neutral, meaning that it's a sliding scale, right, between toxic and healthy, shadow and light, lead and gold. Lead being a toxic insulator. That's why you don't want lead poisoning. But you need lead on wire sometimes, Superman, kryptonite, you know what I'm talking. And the gold, which is the healthy side of it, 3 more atoms in lead than gold, so you have to literally burn off, transform the lead to get gold in alchemical. You can't literally do it, it's not literal alchemy. It's spiritual alchemy, so that you can develop the soul power of the witch within you. Now, I will say, disclaimer, if you don't identify as a witch, do understand. It's a gender-neutral term. It means wise person, right? But demonization is demonization, and they've called so many different people witches on this planet that never were. I mean, the Crucible, Arthur Miller, not this past couple of years we've been through, which is also very much like the Crucible. So you know that the polar opposites of the witch, right? Elphaba and Glinda. We good? But remember, Glinda wasn't so good, and Elphaba wasn't all that wicked. If you don't know what I'm talking about, why are you watching my channel? Kidding, sort of. So, you know, the wicked witch and the good witch. But when you get that this is an archetype about wisdom, right? Wise person. This is about whatever you have been through in your life. You have gathered wisdom that you might not be aware of, right? Because sometimes we don't see it until we look back. Nothing like the path of true love to bring that puppy up. But you get to choose, right? Now, I am very, very well trained. I won't say what covens I was affiliated with, but one of them was pretty good on the defense of the dark arts, as well as understanding how the dark arts work. Because you got to know, right? If you're going to go there, and plus I was in a clergy training program, so you have to be able to tell the difference between psychic attack, magical attack, and psychosis. It was the easiest thing. Get a pendulum. So certainly that shadow would be possessed by your pain, be possessed by your fear, hexing and cursing, black candles at midnight. And I'm not saying I haven't done it, but there's a way to do it wisely, right? There's a difference between cursing someone for filth forever and evermore, or putting up a boundary saying, be gone, I turn you back and send you back from whence you came. Upon my land you may not stand, for all the harm that's yours to blame. So mote it be. So what's the light attribute, right? Using your wisdom, your power, your energy, your magic, however you classify that, to serve, to help, to heal, rather than harm. Wheel, W-A-L, or woe, W-O-E. Look it up. Okay. That's you. Who's crossing the witch's path? And remember, this could be switcheroony here. My gods, please, who crosses the path of this witch archetype in this Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, watching this video, receiving this reading, right? What's in their 8th chakra having to do with this? The Liberator. Now I have both of these archetypes, but I have 0 planets in Cancer, so I'll be glad to extrapolate. The Liberator archetype is the action family of archetypes. There are 9 different families. The witch, I feel like, is definitely either in the wisdom family or the divine family. The Liberator is in action. So this is about taking action in some way. But the shadow attribute is, all the shadow attributes are toxic, just like lead. All the gold are really light and glistening and powerful, as gold would be. The shadow attribute of the Liberator archetype, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate. Been there, done that, have the broken chains, ignoring legitimate constraints. Now, I've seen both of these play out. I had the Liberator archetype when I was growing up. Certainly, I fell into that shadow quite a bit. It's a long story I won't go into here. But that part of ignoring legitimate constraints was the hardest, because I was a party kid in the 80s, right? So people would like, no, man, I really can't do another line. I'm like, come on, you pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's ignoring legitimate constraints. But worth it for the light attribute if you do the work. Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So again, this could be really toxic, really healthy, but we'll see. That's our foundation. Let's use Daughters of the Moon Tarot, shall we, to lay out the heart, throat, third eye crown, right? Because we got the 8th chakra, now we're doing 7, 6, 5, 4, I can count. I do count, I count. To see what's going on inside, what this feels like, right, in the world behind the eyes. Because if this is soulmate, this is the domain of the soul, right? Breathe. Yeah, they just said slow down, but I get it. This has got a lot of lightning in it, this reading, at least emotional lightning. Please, my goddesses of water, Hestia, Hera, Hecate. 10 cards, Celtic Cross. What's going on here for the Cancerian collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus? I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. Hera is, well, it's the Morrigan, but they share the statue. It's standing right behind me, just whispering in my ear. Morrigan, the great queen. Work. So there's our first 2 cards down. 1, 2. So now I want to do these face up if you don't mind. And why wouldn't we have the Lovers here with the Witch? Okay, major life decision going on. The Lovers card is not just a card of choice. What do I have? Do I want half and half? Do I want, I put turbinado sugar and or raw honey in my coffee in the morning. Witchcraft. Right? But that's a choice. Yeah, let me put cane sugar. Never. No bueno, all right? Not for me. That's a choice. This is a life-changing decision, and you're probably bouncing it back and forth because your head is saying no and your heart is saying yes, or vice versa, and the throat chakra has to make the choice. So I get that back and forth, and you know what? I don't think this Liberator's in much of a different situation. They have got the 7 of Pentacles in this deck called Appraisal. Looking at seeds sown and grown, deciding to rip them out, salt the earth, never plant them again, right? Can't wait to plant these sunflowers again next year with the deer on there, the totem and the deer, about gentleness. This is not about a, oh, sorry, it's not a deer, it's the goat. Easy to confuse now. That goat there, that touch of Capricorn energy saying that this took time. But I'm not going to ignore the image they gave me of the goat there, that this tends to be a very gentle person, may not be speaking their mind so much, maybe are not communicating that process of appraisal. Now, the difference between the Lovers card and the Appraisal is the Lovers is really life-changing. Example, like I said, what do I want to put in my coffee? There's a consequence to that choice. But the consequence of a decision is life-changing, right? I'm going to move to South America and raise my own coffee beans. That's life-changing, right? So in a Path of True Love read, this is really about your spiritual growth, I would think, about how to bring your heart, your throat, and your third eye into congruence, right? So that one is not sacrificed for the other. But this is them really looking back. Standing back, maybe even looking back. In fact, how these cards, let me make sure I do this the right way, how they're appearing to me is this person is appraising you, but probably not letting on about it. Now we're going to put another 10 cards on top of this first 10 that we're putting out with the Daughters of the Moon to see what's going on in the root sacrum solar plexus, the external world. But let's keep going. My goddesses of Cancer, please. What's at the core of this? Perhaps what they are unaware of and perhaps are sharing in the collective unconscious. The second Lovers card. There are 2 in this deck. Right? This one is male-female. This one is female-female. Daughters of the Moon by Fiona Morgan is a feminist deck, so there's very little male patriarchal imagery in it. But I get why she did too, and I keep them both in here for moments like this. I'm going to go out on a limb, probably an arm and or a leg, that this is romantic sexual, right? And the thing is again, if you're identifying as the witch and you're a witch and you identify as one, great. But even if you're not, this is about really you alchemizing a really, really wise decision here within yourself, using your wisdom, but also having to make, here we go, the Lovers card. Let me see if I can do this right, a wise, loving, empowered choice, right? So you know the truth, and if your heart is open and rather than wrathful, you're able to say that in a way that is empowering and supportive. But if you know the truth and your heart is filled with wrath, the deadly sin of the heart chakra, what's coming out your mouth, right? So there might be some chewing going on here for both of you. But we've got a double Lovers on the table in the first 3 cards. It's 2 major arcana in the first 3 tarot on the table. So this is probably a big deal, and I feel like you're both at a crossroads, and it's a life-changing crossroads, right? Not just do I want to order in or DoorDash or, you know, what do I want to make for dinner? Just not the salmon mousse. That would be a decision. Comment if you know what that's from. I didn't eat the salmon mousse. What is in the past here, please? Hera, Hestia, Hecate, if I can say your names right. Hestia, Hera, Hecate. What is behind this Cancerian on the path of true love? The Coyote. Half of the Devil card. The other is Oppression. This is the Trickster. So perhaps there was some, if not deception, outright here going on, because this is in the heart, third eye crown. This is about the shadow. the sabotorial aspect when the shadow creeps up on us and takes us over. Kind of like what I was just talking about when you know the truth, but your heart is filled with wrath, right? The shadow passion, the deadly sin of the throat chakra. So yeah, it feels like either you've been stalking your shadow, doing shadow work, or it's been taking care of you, chasing after you, possessing you. See, there are only 3 ways to deal with shadow, in my opinion, right? Either repress, which is temporary, explode, which is eventual if you repress, and the third is alchemize, right? To embrace the shadow and heal it. So interesting. Let's see what's at the crown. Now the crown for me, every reader reads a little bit differently. I study with so many different tarot teachers through books starting at age 12. My first one was Tarot, Handbook for the New Apprentice by Eileen Connolly. Virgo! So this is sort of like what's hovering, hasn't quite come in yet, isn't quite the future, but isn't quite the present either. Can be an insight, please. What crowns this? Hestia, Hera, Hecate for these Cancerians watching this on the path. Now, I know it looks like the 2 of Swords. It's not. It's the 4 of Swords. I know it looks like it, but there are 2 under the bench. So yes, it is blindfolded, and there is this mental process going back and forth, but there is a deception here. And honestly, with this going on in the past, this might be you really understanding, oh, I'm not seeing this clearly. Now, this is probably going to be for a lot of you. Let me get this right. If this is about past love, this might be somebody new coming in to liberate you from that. I mean, yes, 4 of Swords is a card of meditation, introspection, and self-healing, usually. This could be for both of you. But it is a major life-changing decision you're making here, so there's no rush. Cancerians, I'm just wondering, because there seems to be a lot of appraisal and a lot of decision making here, but also a lot of illusions. And if this isn't between the 2 of you, like let's say you haven't met this person yet, well, they couldn't have lied to you yet, right? But if there is some shadow from the past here, it feels like this person is to help you break chains of illusion and set all things to right, reveal what has been hidden, and bring the truth to light, and bring true love to light. Yeah, I'm just Wikipedia Wikipedia Brown, that's me. All right, Hestia, Hera, Hecate, what lay before them on the path, please? Coming out of that, we've got the 10 of Cups, ecstasy, bliss. Now remember, this is heart, third eye crown. We don't know what this looks like on the outside, but you know this card. It's the card everybody wants, and it's in your future. But that can also be very much a self-fulfillment thing, right? As we break chains of illusion, as we integrate the shadow, as we alchemize lead to gold, as hard as you cry your eyes out, and I'm talking to a Cancerian, they know, right? The clouds clear afterwards, and you can see clearly now. Lorraine is gone. Lorraine who? What's in their lesson, please? 2 of Cups. This is a lover read. I mean, I have a whole bunch of other cards over there I can go check, but I don't think I need to. Your lesson is, how do I deal with this emotional attraction? This is the card of the whirlpool. If you drop 2 cups, 2 chalices in a whirlpool, opposite ends, they would stay as far away from each other as possible while inexorably being drawn. There's a fun word, right? It's eventual. You're so drawn to each other. How do you handle that? Because you can feel, if you're checking in with your, maybe not just your subconscious mind, but even your cell tissue, something says this is a really big deal. Now, whether or not the 2 of you live happily ever after or not is not such the big deal. So much as the big deal is the major arcana card of the devil, the trickster. You're really breaking chains of illusion, and I feel like this deception card, looking in, seeing the truth. Can you be compassionate with yourself if you believed something that was never real? If you were betrayed before, like who hasn't been, right? Not minimizing anybody's pain, but it's just part of being a soul as a human on planet Earth during the past, I don't know, 10 eons, whatever. Back to the Cenozoic era. What does this look like? I should say heart, third eye crown, Hestia, Hera, Hecate. What does this look like? I feel like from the outside. The Hermit, introspection. Deeper in and higher up. So it feels like for you, you're not necessarily exposing your vulnerability. You know, like I said, my mother's a Cancerian. She ever. Hera, I nicknamed her because she is. She was born a queen. And I don't mean a queen, I mean a queen, you know. Y'all don't necessarily let on about your emotions, though you can be moody as fuck. Yeah, raised by one, right? But, oh wait, I wish I had more jewelry. Oh, my wish is granted. Because, you know, there's a thing about Cancerians, and I really should remember to wear this jewelry more often when I do this, because a crab never walks straight ahead. They do this. No, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I'm just thrilled. Can I get you another cocktail, right? You know, it's like beware. Beware. Good for raising an empath, by the way, an intuitive empath. So you may not be wearing your heart on your sleeve because you are going deeper and higher up. For me, the Hermit is all about, if not the third eye, then definitely the crown chakra. And if you really want to go there, the 8th chakra, hovering, riding a gray horse, not a pale horse, a gray horse, over a stone circle, a place of wisdom, a place of cycles, seeing the larger picture from within, which is really smart for a witch to do with a major life-changing decision. So mum is probably the word. Yeah, the flowers, exactly what I meant. Fall mums. What is their Archetype? Fun today. What is their hopes and fears, the destiny hewn from the fate, what they can heal, learn, grow on the path that you love, the hero's journey from what they cannot change. What's that feel like on the inside? The Witch. The Magician card in this deck is the Witch. You got 2 double whammies here. 2 Lovers cards, 2 Witches. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason. I know that whole album. I'm so gay. Oh, Blessed Pride Month. Blessed Pride Month. Yeah, I'm gay. You couldn't tell? You might want to check the batteries in your gaydar. Okay. I'm only wearing more eye makeup than you are. Just eyeliner and mascara. It's creepy when you can't see people's eyelashes on YouTube. Hestia, Hera, Hecate, my virgin, my queen, my crone. What is their outcome? Most possible, probable outcome in this timeline of this lifetime? The Strength card. Regardless, your heart is intact, at least at the end of this and in the forthcoming future, and that would make sense. And what I love about this is that containing the 10 of Cups, ecstasy and bliss, is a tricky thing because love brings up its opposite, which is fear. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't feel your fear. Oh, no, it's there. The chains of pain are there. The shadow is at work, and everybody's got a shadow side, but ultimately there's only one shadow, right? The collective, and that's what makes people do crazy shit when they're unaware. So this is your heart being strengthened as a result of this great courage. And maybe even a healing of the heart. And I feel like some of those lead chains have been alchemized, hopefully, into some golden jewelry. Although I wear silver, but whatever. All right. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10 major arcana card to start with. Plus you got the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups and both Lovers cards. I think we know. I think you can smell what the Mal is cooking. I love Dwayne Johnson. Woof. Not really a rock climber, but he's married. Breathe. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Right, Hera, please, let's shift now to my gods. The external, right? From the outside looking in physically here, or something that would affect the root, sacrum, solar plexus, the physical world. So please, my gods of Cancer and the element of water. 10 cards, please clarify for us what's going on here for this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Currently showing as the Witch archetype, though that could flip with that Liberator archetype, please. But for this Witch with the Lover's card on the inner, heart, their third eye crown, what does this look like in the root, sacrum, solar plexus dynamic? Temperance. If you are a witch, You are being so cool about this, because to me, this is a card of alchemy. Alchemy takes 3 elements to happen. I'm not talking lead and gold here. Well, I am, but the 3 elements are heat, time, and pressure. I just did the Aquarius reading, and it came up similarly, that this thing of really taking the time to do the shadow work, to transmute your lead to gold, but it is a major life-changing decision. So here's a hit I'm getting, regardless of what happens with this Liberator, even if this is the cross watcher I'm talking to, they're helping you liberate yourself from these chains of pain. But of course there is healing, but it also takes time, right? Time, heat, and pressure, right? Think coal, C-O-A-L, not K-O-H-L, C-O-A-L, to diamond, right? Essentially the same thing, except one has been compressed, right? Pressure, heated, really long time ago, but still heated, and it took time, right? A long time ago. So whatever your healing process is, as far as the Path of True Love read goes, you're doing you, and you're looking pretty good. My gods, show us what this Liberator is about on the outside. 5 of Cups. They ran away. They ran away. They're in heartbreak. Maybe because they have to go heal some pain themselves, right? With that Liberator archetype going on there. And that's why they are assessing things. So if you said bye-bye to someone, I don't feel like they left you. Just not my feeling here. Could be wrong. Again, flip-flop this. But it does feel like the witch was like, time out, buddy. Time out. I got my own demons to wrestle. Cannot be taking on yours as well. And hence, a truth was revealed. Now, I love this card. It's like the 5 of Cups is such a nasty-ass card most of the time. But this is the Greek myth of Eros and Psyche, where she finally gets a look at what he looks like, but accidentally a drop of hot oil from the lamp at which she's looking hits his thigh, wakes him up. And he made her vow to never look at her, their wedding vow, because he's Eros, the god of love, and he wanted somebody to love him for him, not just what he looked like. Can you relate? So it feels like something was revealed here that was very emotionally upsetting. They may have pulled back, but hopefully to liberate themselves. Otherwise, imposing their own tyranny upon those they claim to liberate or ignoring legitimate constraints. Keep an eye out for that, because it is somebody that I would think has I'm going to say emotional problems. That's a bit much for YouTube. But someone who is really emotionally upset about this and is probably feeling the loss of it. The cups have spilt. But there's still one remaining upright as usual. All right? So you're the one with the power in your hands with that decision and that temperance. It's like, and sorry if you're the cross-watcher Liberator here, really look at what is the value of this to yourself. Really appraise. Analysis is gathering facts. Appraisal is assigning value. So maybe you need to look at, what are your chains here as well. My gods, we got that second Lover's card in the core here. What's that look like? Yeah, 3 of Swords. There's heartbreak here, and I don't like calling this card heartbreak because heartbreak is more the 5 of Cups, element of water, than 3 of Swords, element of air. However, it is getting to the heart of the matter. So sometimes a heart has to break open in order for the truth to be revealed. And if you two are not in communication and have not been, this is what's going on inside of both of you. You've really pierced the heart, which I think is such a more apt and accurate definition of 3 of Swords in general, because even if you go back, right, the first 3 of Swords was just 3 swords. There was no heart on it, right? That was Pamela Coleman Smith, who created the Rider-Waite Tarot. Only got paid 10 grand for it and died penniless and alone. Blessed be. Blessed be our ancestors of tarot, right? She's the one who did that. But if you look at it, the heart is not broken, it's pierced. So this can very much be about intense focus. Now, I will say, 3 of Swords on the outside that you are both unaware of, right? The core of what's going on here, but inside of you is the 4. So there is a progression. If that 5th position, right, that crowning card is coming down, this is you seeing what the deceptions are, maybe even your own, maybe even for both of you. So let's look at this coyote woman here, the trickster. Definitely there could have been a bait and switch here. or just, how we trick ourselves, our own sabotorial behavior. I usually associate that card with the saboteur archetype, which everyone has. It's one of the 4 survival family archetypes. Because we're all learning lessons of empowerment. Well, and that does make sense. You know how the Devil card and the Lover's card look so much alike? Well, this is the saying that your head and your heart are not in agreement. This is bringing them into congruence to then speak, take action, choose, right? Plan, intend, what have you. So my gods, please, what does this trickster energy look like? Root, sacrum, solar plexus. The Judgment card. There is so much major arcana on the table right now, considering I'm using 2 different decks. Something was revealed. Something was revealed. And I think what we're looking at here then, you're doing the alchemy and making the life decisions. You kind of have the upper hand here. The Liberator is just running for their lives and trying to appraise the situation in terms of what can I do here. Now, I will say, if you two can get it together, a Witch and a Liberator together, very powerful. Don't forget, we got this 10 of Cups coming. We'll see. We shall see. But certainly that card of Judgment, if this is somebody that came back around that you gave a second chance to, things might have been revealed that are kind of forcing both of you to get to the heart of the matter of what is the decision. Will you make a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, loving, loving, wise, empowered decision here? My gods, that 4 of Blades in the 5th position, that deception, which is also about us seeing our own illusions, not always seeing through others. I feel like the seeing through others' illusions was done with that trickster card with the Judgment in the past there. Hence the alchemy of temperance in the moment, and someone's got the 5 of Cups, emotional upset there. So with this, what does that look like? That 4 of Swords. Please, just 1 card. Leave it in my hand. Be glad to take just 1, please. The Death card. Hades. Outside, it looks like this fucker's dead, but it's not. If it tastes like butter, but it's not. It's the Death card. Okay? This is saying that a major transformation is going on here. I don't think it's over. Not with that 10 of Cups, unless that somebody new comes in or you have some kind of mystical experience showing you that you didn't do it wrong, nobody did, it was all part of the divine plan, blah, blah, blah. The amount of major arcana on the table, that might even be the case here, but regardless, the external form is changing. This alchemy is necessary. Just absolutely necessary for the path of true love, right? You just can't keep up with somebody if you're in chains, right? And vice versa. They can't keep up with you, you can't keep up with them. So a lot of internal introspection as a result of as this thing changes form, right? Transforms. But so much of it is based upon mostly your decision. But at the core of this, really getting to the heart of the matter. There's something to be said about inner child work, they're showing me here. That, all of our relationships with males or females really are patterned on our relationships with our mothers and fathers in this life. It's not all of it, but they are the first archetypal couple, if you like, we come into contact with, or lack thereof, right? So if mom or dad wasn't there, and it's not just the day you were born, right? It's that first 7 years develops the second chakra, the first chakra, 7 through 14, the second chakra, and in 7's upwards, Anatomy of the Spirit, Carolyn Mace. So I just get, for some of you, this may very well, if you look and see, you go, oh my God, this is my parents. I'm playing out their relationship. Oh my God, I'm playing out. No bra, no panties. But you're headed for this ecstasy card. Now what's funny, it's Inanna's House of Heaven, and if you read the myth of Inanna, Sumerian, I believe, Mesopotamian, I don't know. They made it Mesopotamia. Embraces her dark sister, Ereshkigal, in the underworld, embracing the shadow. So I don't know how you get to 10 of Cups without doing the shadow work, right? If you don't have the... Well, if your lead to gold ratio isn't balanced or tempered where it needs to be, then too much ecstasy can drive you mad. Yeah, madness and ecstasy often go hand in hand. So please, that 10 of Cups on the inner for them, what does that look like on the outer, my gods? the second Two of Cups card. You guys are going to work it out. You're going to work it out. This is a true love thing. Now, I do feel like you got a true love contract and a true love reading, but we ain't done yet. I know I'm buzzing through these because the cross is lovely. It gives you a timeline. It shows you what's going on. But it's the four up the side that are most important to me. That's how I learned it. This is like the universal stuff. This is the big picture soul's journey stuff. So here you go. You got this Two of Cups. Now, oh, and this could be somebody brand new, by the way. It depends on your situation. I know it sucks, general reads. Well, book me. I'm really easy to book. Find me on Facebook, right? Private message me. Instagram, Twitter, slip into my DMs. It's all in my description box. So you got a double whammy of the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, not just what's before you, that underneath, or if you like, heart, third eye crown is this Inanna's house of hot tub, divine goddess hot tub fantasy, with this Two of Cups, this attraction on the outside here. You got the Two of Cups in your lesson. Please, my gods, what does that look like on the outside? Page of Wands, a message being sent or received. Again, who's going to do it? Who is going to do it? Now, I don't think this is something that needs to be done immediately, although to me the pages are not zodiacal. They're element-based. Just how I learned tarot. It really works for me. Don't confuse the message with the messenger, though. This is a messenger, and it's a message of passion, of fire, of will, of desire. You might be either you're getting ready to make your intention, your desires known in this, or someone is confirming they feel the same way about you. It's a risk. I know it's a risk. It's a general read because some of you are good. Some of you, you're the Liberator, and some of you, you're the Wedge. I have a feeling that's the job of the Liberator on this one because they got that Five of Cups they got to work through. I would not approach them right now. And you're doing like alchemical healing work within yourself about a major life decision, right? So hence, you're pulling back, going into your own energy field here from the outside looking in. Heart, third eye crown. What's this look like? Root, sacrum, solar plexus, please. Three of Cups. You're being friendly, though. You're being friendly. I mean, certainly, you go from the 2 to the 3 here. This is actually the wedding of Eros and Psyche. Yeah, Psyche, the root of psychology. That says a lot there. But remember, she's never seen his face, which is very much what a Two of Cups is. You don't know each other yet. You don't know each other yet. Yes, there is a spark here, and there is a real emotional response with that heart, third eye crown, ecstasy card there. But this is, you know what? I think you're great. I'm attracted. But I gotta pull back because I'm also triggered as fuck. The Witch and your destiny. In other words, fate and destiny are not the same thing, just like lead and gold are not the same thing. Fate is what you can't change, like your eye color. You can get contact lenses, but unless you pluck those things out and put in new ones, you can't change your eye color. Your DNA. I mean, Bruce Banner managed it, but didn't work so well for him. So right now you alchemize. Your destiny is what's hewn from, right? What you do with what you can't change. Got the Witch on the inner. Please, my gods, what does this look like on the outer for this Cancerian? Four of Wands. You're in a good place. I know Four of Wands talks about, the engagement card. Maybe, but your destiny here right now, at least, is saying, no, I've got what I want for right now. I am solid. I am stable. I am attracting to myself that which I want, but only out of 4, right? There's a stability here for you. There's a groundedness and a wisdom here as you what? Bring down the guidance from the divine through your air, through your fire, into your water, and into your earth. In other words, the process of incarnation and manifestation. So, you're in a good place. I feel like that you must have a safe home, your Cancerians, right? You have safe space where you can embrace your emotions and let this power move through you, this shadow work. Your outcome card, you got that strength, really, not taming the beast, but not letting it rip you apart either, right? Walking alongside it. What does that look like on the outside for them, please, my gods? Yeah, 4 of Swords. Oh, and my card's flipped, but I'll take that one. The Four of Swords, which interestingly enough is your inner in the what's hovering, and both of these are future cards. So this does say, regardless of what happens here in the physical form with this person, you've got 2 fours in a row, the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords on the outer. You're definitely finding your own stability right now, and I think I see why. I think that this attraction, this Two of Cups, backed up with this Ten of Cups, that you're lit up, or you will be, right? Because you're doing the alchemy if you're the witch here. You're bringing this into balance, making this decision to love with all my heart, but wisely. Soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much, right? Listen to this, chew on it, right? There are 3 things, right? Okay, so here, this is why I have this here. Some drink at the fountain of knowledge, others just gargle. I swallow, right? So knowledge is up here. Like, you can know stuff, element of air. Oh, I see that, I see that, I see that. But do you incarnate it, right? A knowledge plus experience equals wisdom, right? Like, okay, I get Blue Apron. So, you know, I get to choose the recipes, but then when they come, it's like, I had to learn how to peel a kohlrabi yesterday. My mom used to grow them when I was a kid. I knew exactly what they were. There's definitely a Toy Story character now. I realize that looks like a kohlrabi. A clairvoyance for fun and profit. So there's definitely a strong emotion here, and you are Cancerians, but luckily as Cancerians, you don't always wear your heart so much on your sleeve. So with that Four of Swords, both in the inner, in other words here, here's your crown, here's your outcome. What is in the inner hovering now becomes the outer. But I don't feel like this is over. I feel like it's transforming work. Did I put you all in the wrong place? No, I didn't. Okay, right, because the outside part of this Four of Swords is the Death card. So it feels like there's a lot of transformation going on here, and shadow work will do that. Now, there is our Celtic Cross. Oh, Whispers of Love. This is the game changer, the party turner, as I like to call this deck, Whispers of Love. Oracle Voices of the Higher Selves, please breathe. Also known as the Holy Spirit. In other words, you have a higher self. All the higher selves are called the Holy Spirit. Like high school, HS. I didn't make it that way. Remember, I could have been a comparative religion scholar, but tweed and boring, and I probably sleep with my students and lose my tenure. That's why I had to take the spiritual path. Breathe. Higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please, what is your piece of information, inspiration, and insight for this witch archetype? Supposedly the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading, but maybe not. The witch archetype, alchemizing from lead to gold, which a major life-changing decision with temperance on the outer. Going to take some time. That's for them. And for this liberator, crossing the path of the witch with 7 of Pentacles, appraisal on the inner, 5 of Cups, emotional upset, perhaps even running away on the outer. What's their message? Well, my little witchy poos, or I don't know, grand high witches, do I have to cast? Great. I mean, this is great because you got the Lovers with temperance, and what's the oracle? Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. So, you know, you can Samantha Steven this. You don't have to go full on Endora. I always like Serena. To me, she was a balance between the two. If in. So this is telling you, your own higher self is saying, don't give up on this, but be patient. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. And that might be part of what you need to hear in terms of, I could take my time with this. I have my own interior work to do. This is not, you know, my hair. You might feel like your hair is on fire, your eyes are burning out with this from time to time, but it's worth it. You are worth taking the time to do your own interior healing, embracing your shadow, and even being patient with yourself. It's just funny because the Liberator here, crossing your path, if you are indeed the witch, right? Appraisal with 5 of Cups. On the outer, focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. This person is probably afraid of you. whether you can identify as a witch or not, because you are powerful. Something was revealed in this relationship, or maybe with that judgment card in the past, with the trickster on the inner, you caught on to one of your own sabotorial patterns and are alchemizing it from lead to gold. I think this person has come along to help you do that. And I think it's going to go well with that 2 of Cups on the outer, 10 of Cups on the inner in the future here. But you're being tested with the thing of, maybe I shouldn't have stood up for myself. Maybe I shouldn't have, you know what I mean? Don't compromise your honor for anybody if you want to walk the path of true love. And true love, the course of true love never did run smooth. Ask my past life boyfriend, Billy. Look it up. Yeah. He's a little shaky. Spear. What if he's related to Brittany? Let's get you one last card down. Our healing mantra deck from Matt Kahn. Love him so much. I really recommend checking out his YouTube channel, Matt Kahn. K-A-H-N, like Kahn, right? All for Love. Matt Kahn, All for Love. Great video he's got there. Soul contracts, twin flames, and soulmates redefined. His definition is way healthier than all the toxic shit I've heard about it since Jump those 2 contracts. So breathe and cross legs. I'm a Virgo. You're asking me to uncross my legs. Please, my ascended masters of the path of true love have been helping me since Jump on this path. What is the perfect healing mantra for this Cancerian collective Sun Venus sign read here? Whether it's them or the cross watcher, please, in this timeless path of true love reading dealing with the witch archetype and the liberator, please, their perfect healing mantra is rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. Excellent. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? For a water sign? Genius. I use this one. Rewriting the subconscious. And remember, you're Cancerian, right? So it's that element of water. You have to cross the river Styx to get to the underworld. Well, the upper world is the conscious mind, the element of air. The river Styx, the emotions, the water, right? To get to the unconscious mind in the cell tissue and your DNA and your family patterning. So there is an emotional thing going on here, and this is all about emotion. So the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. This is not about emotional bypassing, right? Using spirituality. Oh no, can't feel that. My vision board will explode. Well, probably will anyway, but then it means it's meant to. I'm so over. The only board I want is of directors. Rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. When the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis regardless of the way life unfolds. Honey, that's a witch. That's a wise person. That's an Eckhart Tolle. That's a love and joy and peace is my natural state, but it is occluded by pain, mine and others, right? In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning. Family patterns, ancestral patterns, past life, this chains of illusion that hold us back, right? In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. I got Kristen Chenoweth in my head. I gotta get her out. As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality. It doesn't say it's gone for good, darlings. Less frequent. This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, releasing shame, and finding joy in new beginnings. And I think that's what this reading is all about. Definitely about undoing some pain from the past that is influencing you dealing with this liberator. I mean, the most positive vibe I can get on this is actually really lovely. That this is a true love contract. True love to me is an implosion of a twin flame and a soulmate because they're not the same thing. Soulmates are gold, twin flames are lead. Put them together, you have this whole other thing. But the only way to achieve them is to actually live predominantly in fifth dimensional unity consciousness. But that is where you're headed, I feel like. And so the amount of healing that, in other words, This is all scripted. It's all written into your life before you ever incarnated into this, for you to learn and heal this way through this particular relationship. And the most positive take I've got is that I think you have already alchemized the pain that this person is now dealing with, and it has nothing to do with them, and yours is that, you know what I mean? Don't take, neither one of you need to take this personally. This is more about what's happened in your past, in your family, in your ancestral lineage back to Adam. Although I think of him as metaphor, every Eve. Definitely that there is a healing available here, that I think the two of you are going to get a chance to try this out. And I think the love that's going to come up is going to be very strong as you both make this life-changing decision to even take it a step forward. In other words, it may look like a choice, but it's not. It is a decision to love and to face the fear. Love is all-encompassing. So what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite, right? It looks like light and shadow are opposites, but actually shadow is an absence of light. You with me, right? Blocked light, not a thing unto itself. Fear, the same thing, right? So that's what this alchemy is about. And I feel like with a liberator and a witch, this could very much at least be soulmate contract. The foundation of the contract is you're helping each other heal. So let me put it together for you. Please take a nice deep breath. Downloading. My pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of true love, and the higher selves of all involved. Please may the Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love for whenever they are watching this, whether they are the witch or the liberator, that they are able to make these major life-changing decisions from a place of love and introspection, allowing the transformation of what has been revealed to be done, for the shadow work to be done, for the healing to be done individually, so that they can come together without trailing behind too many chains from the past. That the attraction here is strong, but that they remain friendly even as they work on themselves, allowing their destiny to really manifest through them through a more clearer chakra column and energetic field into their own energy fields first before it is shared eventually. And that they will be able to really encourage each other and talk about this stuff. Maybe even meditate together. As the witch has patience, because love is patient and kind always, and the liberator focuses on love, looking for the good attributes in each and every person in their lives, maybe even themselves, so that they can both rewrite the subconscious, understanding the more they embrace feeling good, the less often they will feel bad, so that they may together help each other heal, grow, learn, become the best that they can be, and really help heal all of life on planet Earth, which is what the Legion of Lovers is all about, the Legion of True Lovers. But boy, does it take a warrior to walk the path of true love, so may they be so blessed, shells, claws, and all, on the path of true love, for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So it would be. And so it is. I hear it in my head. You're hearing it in your ears. I'm hearing it in my head. Look, this is something that you want to keep an eye on. You've got your coordinates. You got your GPS POV on this. Work that mantra. And absolutely, please comment if you can. Sometimes this stuff is private, but I would love to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Otherwise, if you liked it, like it, want more, subscribe. You know the deal. Help support my channel, bringing more collaborators on as we go along, drawing the circle. We've hit some rough patches with this past year of you know what, but glad to be here serving and giving others the opportunity, the platform to express their creativity and their genius here on the channel. And again, if you want a reading, Facebook Messenger is the easiest way. I do check it every day. And if you're going to email me at drawingthecircle@gmail.com, give me a few days, because I got to sort through the spam box every day to find them. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best, the very blessed of the path of true love, my lovely crab cakes. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.